Hello, hello, hello. My name is Victor Moonlit. Thank you for coming to another art stream. I've been very, very excited. I am super, super excited for today. I will be finishing. I will be finishing an emote from last week. I just need the highlights and the shading. That's everything else that needs to be done. And then I will be starting another emote, which I am super excited for. I've actually planned it out this time, which I am honestly, I don't normally do that. I normally just do whatever. I have actually planned out what emotes I will be doing. So I'm super, super excited to get started. I figured out I'm just really bad with intros, to be honest. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I've been sort of trying to work on that, but it never really ends up working out. It's something I'll need to practice. Right now I have, as you can see, this is the progress from last time, plus a little bit of touch-ups. It's not completely touched up. I didn't have the time to do as much as I wanted to earlier today, but a lot cleaner than last time, which I'm super happy about it. I have a little bit of highlights like here. I have a little bit of shading. I didn't touch up the highlights or shading like at all, so fingers crossed that with the fixed line art that still looks okay. But let's just get right into it. Honestly, let's just head right into it. Quickest intro I will probably ever do. And I have also, especially since I have it on screen this time, I have also named all my layers, which is very good, honestly. Or at least I've named most of my layers. I also fixed the colors, so they are all now very accurate instead of my best guesses, which, you know, I didn't have a reference for colors, but that is okay. That is okay. I did end up having to actually email this to myself, which was a little weird. It's been a little oh my god, hold on. Please don't tell me my drivers are messing up. Last time, recently I've been having a little bit of issues transferring things over to Windows. Still figuring that out, but you know. Let's see, does this work? There we go. Okay. I now know for next time what to work on. In terms of my setup, I think I'd like to think I've gotten a lot better at setting things up. Obviously, you know, it's still work in progress, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna actually, since I just started the stream, I'm gonna pin a little message to the chat right now. Let me just open that up. Just kind of giving the general like plan of what's gonna be done today. So bear with me for just a moment as I get that set up. I should have probably put the loading screen a little bit longer, but I was like, oh shit, I just realized. My bad. Okay, let me just type this out. Hello, welcome in. I am just typing in a pinned message of what the plan is for today. I'm just gonna leave this on screen like this. Welcome in. I will be finishing this emote up, and then I have a new one all planned, so I'm super excited for it. Today's plans. I'm like, oh shit, how quickly can I type this out? And it is not going well. let me just pin that. There we go. There we go. Okay. All good. All good. So, I have the highlights in. Highlights, just kind of, just a little bit on the hair and like the eyelashes or what I've gone done. Some of the line art is going to be a lot cleaner than others because I kind of ran out of time to clean it up. So some of it is going to be like, oh yeah, this is like it's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty clean. And some of it is like, oh, this is, I mean, it's better than last time, but this is not ideal. So a little bit of everything. I did not touch up the shadows like at all, so I'm just kind of praying that a lot of it isn't like, oh, I just the line art, so now the shading's like all in the wrong places, and it looks like it kind of is a little bit, but that is totally fine. Everything, the colors have been fixed. Everything is all good. Last week I was complaining a lot about like, oh my god, I can't draw anymore in Linux, what I normally use. I'm also here to report the good news. I can get that done again, which means that off stream I will be continuing to do a lot more art than I was previously, before that broke. So I'm super like, thank God I got that fixed. It ended up, I am pretty proud of myself because it ended up being exactly the issue that I thought it was, and then I switched protocols over, and now it's like, oh, okay, this works absolutely fine now. And it's a little bit annoying. I'm still trying to figure that out. My setup on Linux looks entirely different than it did like a couple days ago. Like even the login screen, because the login screen didn't work with that. It was wild, but it's all fixed. So I'm very happy about that because I was like, oh my god, oh no, this is horrible. How am I going to be able to fix this up now? So very happy about that. Honestly, I'm just really excited to sort of like, the shading should not take too long, fingers crossed. I know last time it took a lot longer, but the shading's already sort of started, if that makes sense. I did kind of like, I don't know how to how this sort of eyes works with the shading, but I figured like, oh yeah, just shade it like anything else. I'm not, because like normally eyes don't really work like that, but like I'm thinking like, oh, that would be pretty good. I think that would look pretty good. Last time I did say like, oh my god, I saw like something about like the new Tomodachi Life being leaked or something, and so it's been on my mind, and so it's like, oh yeah, I kind of wanted to make it like inspired a little bit. That's what really inspired me. It turns out that it literally just came out that day. I mean, as you're probably aware, like I've seen it everywhere, you've probably seen it everywhere. I did actually acquire a copy of it, and it's been pretty fun. I will say. The amount of like everything everywhere I've seen this past week has been like, oh my god, I feel like every single time I log into anything, it's like, here's a bunch of like Tomodachi Life content, and it's like I knew people were excited for it, but like, this is insane. To be fair, I was also really excited for it. I did originally play the 3DS one. I got it when I was a kid, and so like, in middle school I was like super obsessed with it, and like I've been playing it since. I've actually played every region except Korea. I have on emulator on my computer. I have the US copy, and then on emulator I have like the Japanese copy, I have the European copy, and it's been I honestly like, because there were so many regional differences in the last game that I was just like, oh my god, like I really want to try that out, you know? So I just ended up like absolutely going ham, making a save file in every single one. And every time I got a new food that they didn't have in the US version, I'm like, oh my god, I spent years playing the US version, and now we have like, I don't know, I guess as an example, like off the top of my head, like yakiniku, I think they have in the Japanese version. So like I was playing the game I was playing the game in Japanese, and I was playing the game in French, because I speak French? To be honest, no, I don't. But I've had oh god, off the top of my head, how many years was that? 7 required years of French education. So like I'm not the best at it, but it gets me a little bit there, you know. It gets me a little bit there. Just because like it was not sort of like after 9th grade, it's like, yeah, you know, if you don't want to learn French anymore, you don't really have to. But before that, absolutely everyone learns French. It's our required language credit. There is no other language learning that you get to choose from. I know I've heard some countries like you get the option. You don't get the option. It's French. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna play a European copy, I'm just gonna play in French. And like I got, it's also like Tomodachi Life. It's not particularly difficult to play if you don't understand the language. Especially if you're like really used to playing it in your language. So it was kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna play one copy in French and one copy in Japanese, and I'm gonna like try to see the differences, you know. And then you learn new words here and there. I have not touched it in quite a while, but especially with the Switch game, like I kind of want to go back to that. Like I literally, it's been, I don't know, like a month and a half since I touched the Japanese save. The French save, god, I haven't touched in like, I don't know, a year. So I feel like, oh, I should probably check back on them. But it's been really fun, actually. There's like, my favorite thing in a lot of games is truly like the I really like character customization. I was saying that a lot last time as well. I really like character customization. And so like the face paint option, I mean, like the issues I was having with my drawing tablet also work for it. Like the emulator runs on the same thing that my drawing software does. So that was a little like, oh no, which like it's fixed, but I still haven't touched the face paint feature. I have like a little bit for like, you know, like little heart under the eyes, like adding moles. More than just the original one me mole, but that's kind of it. That's kind of it, to be honest. I haven't really played around with that yet, but also like it's been a week. Like I will definitely, but it's been, I've really liked it, and I've really liked the because in the DS and 3DS game I've also played. Not as much of the DS game Tomodachi Collection, but I have played Tomodachi Collection as well. And truly, like you have these preset outfits. Honestly, yeah, that's true. Hello, welcome to the stream. Honestly, minimizing the use of the face paint is so much more fun than using it. I love seeing characters as close to the natural me style as possible. Absolutely, I totally get you. I see people out here making like all kinds of just like custom faces and like it is truly like really cool. Seeing people do things in their style, and it's like they'll have sort of like complete like anime eyes, anime face. Like, I think it's really awesome, but especially because, like, you know, if you make your own eyes, they're not going to blink. It's just going to be stationary, then you don't get the expressions. Like, to be completely honest with you, it's not really my thing either to customize it too much. Like, I like adding my own sort of customizations, and I am very excited for that. Like, one thing I've added to all my me's is, like, I love the new eye highlights because like anything I could have been adding with the face paint would have been actually eye highlights for the most part. Like that would be the number one thing that's like, oh yeah, I really, really want to add this in my game. So to sort of have like, to sort of have that as an option, and like it works with blinking, it works with everything, has been like, okay, this is like the one thing that I've changed from how I've always made Mies. And it is absolutely like the best thing ever. And it's such a small thing. It really preserves the sort of style. That was not what I meant to click. It absolutely preserves the style. So like I absolutely agree. I do think, honestly, when I mod games, I usually, oh my god, wait, holy shit, I just got raided. Oh my god, hi, Fluffy Puff Official, thank you so much for the raid, holy shit, is this real? Oh my god, oh my god, thank you so much, how was your stream, I hope your stream is really good. I'm so sorry, I've like never been raided before, so I'm like holy shit, thank you so much. How was your stream? What did you do? I hope it was good. I hope y'all had fun. God, I'm like I've raided people a couple times, so I'm like, okay, what is like the protocol here? Hi, my name is Victor Moonlit. I am a computer program turned to life. I'm currently doing a drawing stream. I'm just finishing up this emote. I started it last week. I'm just doing the finishing touches, just the highlights, the shadows, and then after that I will be doing a whole new emote. I've already planned out what I'm gonna do, but I figured, you know, it's a little more fun if I just keep it to myself for like 20 minutes while I finish this one up. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope y'all enjoy the stream. I hope y'all have a fun time here. I was just talking about the new Tomodachi life, to be completely honest, because I've just been that's like the one thing I've been doing a lot of this week. And plus the little the eyes, the mouth were very Tomodachi life inspired. That was my big inspiration. I'm just like holy shit, I'm actually like reeling from this. I'm super ecstatic to like, oh my god raid. Thank you. I seriously cannot thank you enough. I'm like super happy. I did not expect this today. First raid, congrats. Sorry for the lack of responses. Thank you. Did I make my VTuber model? I did actually. It is drawn by me. It is rigged by me. It's not completely like I think I've improved a lot since then. I feel like if I did it again, I could do it a lot better. But I hope it's is satisfactory. It is all me. I did learn live 2D to make it. Oh my god! Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, that's super exciting that you make live 2D models as well. I hope it's something you enjoy. I think it's partially because it was my first time ever making a model, you know, but a lot of it I was kind of frustrated by some of it, but it was also like I was learning the software. It's kind of like I would like to do it again, but like with a long break before I even touch that again. It's like I had been spending so long on it that I was like, okay, I'm just kind of done right now. I'm just gonna do my own thing, and like if I'm fixing this up, that can wait. But also, I was spending like before I started streaming, because I ended up procrastinating it actually. I had a debut day, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll definitely have my model done way before that day. I did not. I absolutely did not have it done. So I was literally spending like several times a week. Like I would go to the library, I would go to Tim Hortons, and I would be there for like 5 hours combined with the two of them, like several times a week, just trying to crunch out the rest of the model. So I think that's a lot of why I was especially tired. But yeah, it is definitely a mess. Hello. Welcome to the chat. This is honestly like the most viewers I've had so far. Like I was gonna say it like later in the stream, but honestly, like Saturday would be like my first month streaming would be on Saturday. It would have been a full month, so it hasn't been that long. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoy this stream. I hope you stick around for a little bit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a restful rest of your time. Thanks for sticking around for a little bit, honestly. Most of what I've been doing has been like, yeah, Tomodachi life, but there was also an exciting thing that I was doing yesterday, actually, that I was like, wait a second, I just realized the follower account. Holy shit. Thank you. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, I have not been getting I'm so sorry, I have not been getting notifications at all, or like sounds. Something in my settings for like my events is kind of fucked. Holy shit. Live AYM, thank you so... I've also never been tipped. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the £10. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm like Canadian. I cannot tell the difference between the pound symbol and the euro symbol. So like I'm really praying that's pounds. I'm really praying. I'm so sorry. We use dollars where I am. Oh my god. Thank you so... What the fuck? And Bellfish Arts and Quirty Coda, thank you for the follows as well. Oh my god. Yeah. I do at the beginning I was kind of like, oh my god, I'm gonna like, I should like probably tone down the cursing a little bit. This is still me toning it down a little bit, to be completely honest. I swear like a fucking sailor. Oh my god. I can't fucking read. I'm just like, it's been so much in such a short amount of time. I'm so sorry, Beefish, thank you. I'm so sorry. I can't fucking read. I'm just like, okay, I feel like it'll take me a little bit to calm down. I'm just like, thank you so much for the dono. Oh my god. I'm like in awe. Okay. I'm just like trying to process, like, okay, what was I just working on? What was I just like? I am not used to this. Shimmer was broken, Much Rejoice was bad. Much Rejoice was hat. Well, let me turn up my phone brightness so I can see the chat better. Holy shit, that's probably it. There we go. Yeah, I feel like y'all kind of broke me a little bit. I honestly just kind of, I came in here and I was like, you know, this is just gonna be like a sort of like chill little stream. It's just gonna be like the same as like it is every week. I'm just gonna do my little thing, talk about how my week has been. I didn't expect anything from it. I'm like, holy shit. It'll take me a little bit to calm down from this. I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna like, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna mute, take a sip from my tea. Holy shit. You can always tell that I'm taking a sip of my drink if like my model He's freaking the fuck out. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Um, calming myself down, calming myself down. Okay. I'm thinking like, oh god, what did I want to say? What was I even talking about before? Right, okay. Exciting things. I had a list of things. I was like, oh yeah, I have things I can talk about. I totally do. Um, I actually, one thing that was like super exciting to me, that was yesterday actually. I woke up a bit early and I took a bus down to the library, and I my microphone is just like a sort of like budget microphone, to be honest. It's like I bought it when I was 18 because the bank was like, hey, if you open a bank account with us, we'll give you 75 Amazon bucks. And I'm like, hell yeah, I was gonna open a bank account with you anyway. Now I get paid in Amazon dollars for it? Hell yeah. So like when I was 18, I decided, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a microphone with it, to better call my friends on Discord. That was honestly why I bought it. But like it's useful now because I still have it, you know. But I went to like an actual recording booth yesterday. And that was like, I'd never done anything like that. I just kind of like, I reserved my time slot. You know, I went in, asked the front desk at the library, like, hey, like I've never like reserved space. Like I've never used any of the like services like this at the library at all. Like what do I do here? And they're like, oh yeah, just give your ID to the people downstairs, they'll let you in. And it's like, it was like this small room, it was like soundproofed. There were 2 microphones, like a really expensive looking MacBook. And I just kind of sat down, recorded some things. I had like an hour 15. I spent the first 15 just kind of like setting it up. But I was just like, oh my god, this is actually so cool. I was listening in to the sound as I was doing it. Because I was recording ASMR. That's what I was doing. Because like I really like listening to it. So even before I started streaming, like a little bit before I started streaming, I'm like, oh, I should like try to do it because I like listening to it. And like, you know, I kind of wanna give back. I wanna make my own. So when I found out that was a service of like you can book space at a literal sound booth for free, $0. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And like the quality, it was so crisp, so clean. There was like a little bit of white noise from the computer, and that was it. That was the only sound that came through. Like from the computer fans, that was it. And then like there was a child screaming. It's a library. But like as soon as the kid was off the floor, absolutely zero background noise. Like it sounded crisp, it sounded clean. I was like, this is luxury. Oh my god, I've never had anything like this before, like at all, ever. So I definitely intend to go back there, but I was definitely like reeling yesterday from like, oh my god, this is like professional stuff. This is like, and it's free. I didn't pay anything to go there. So that's what I was pretty much that in Tomodachi Life was all I've done in the past week, other than like, you know, like video editing, things like that. Oh god, the amount of video editing I've been doing is like, I swear to god, I was gonna stream 3 times this week, and I was like, you know what, I could do that, but I need to catch up on like the everything. So like, yeah, I've been doing that. I'm pretty caught up on everything I needed to do. But like, oh my god. I feel like I'm still like I feel like my recovery time is not what it should be. I'm still like brain empty, slowly loading, slowly. Honestly, I think y'all kind of just overloaded my RAM a little bit. And I'm like, I do not have the ability to recover super quickly. I'm kind of thinking like, oh god, what was I saying literally like right before the raid? Trying to think about that because I had a whole like ramble going. Right, okay, okay. Tomodachi Life, what I was talking about. They have clothing options you can do now, which is like you can make your own outfits. So I've been having so much fun. The customizability is insane. Oh my god, like truly, because in the previous games you had preset outfits, right? And now you have this whole thing. You have this whole thing now, where you can adjust things, you can add accessories, and like the options. Like there are so many hairs. There's so many different like hairstyles you can choose from. You can switch like the bangs, you can switch the back hairs. It is absolutely like chef's kiss beautiful. I love it to be completely honest. I'm obsessed with it, but I also really like character creators. Right, the one thing I was gonna say before the raid was normally cause I like with the face paint, like I want to do a lot with it, but I don't want to make it too different. Usually what I do is like I like enhancing characters in my own sort of way, but I don't like replacing the art style. The biggest example to me is I really like I don't like playing The Sims 4, but I like Create a Sim. I really like the Create a Sim, and I mod it because it's like, yeah, there's like the original style, and in the Sims 4 modding community, there's really like two ways you can do mods. There's alpha mods, which are very like they're very realistic type of mods. Think of like you put on a skin and it looks like Nicki Minaj pores and all. That's the kind of mods that alpha creators do use. The other which being Maxis Match, in which everything in Maxis Match is sort of at least attempting to fit the style. It's at least trying to fit the style that Maxis put into The Sims 4, and that's usually what I do. And I kind of just like I use custom hairstyles. I've added new eyes. I add, like, I have the Kikijo eyelash remover mod, and then I use custom eyelashes. I do all of that, but like all the clothes and stuff, I still use a lot of just default clothes and all of that, because I try to keep it as close to the style as possible while still trying to do my own thing with it to try to make it look better, at least according to me. So while I do absolutely admire everything I've seen online about like all these Tomodachi Life like creators who have been adding their sort of like their own eyes, they've sort of been like completely changing the face to fit their style. It's also like that is like, I think this is cool, but I would not do that in my game. In my game, it's like I have my little changes. Like I've been sort of experimenting with different ways to add the blush. I completely forgot to fix up the liner on the necklace, but that is okay. That's I just realized now. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fix the liner before the stream, at least most of the way. I turned off the necklace layer and then left it off, and now it's like, oh god, okay, this kind of sucks. Let me just clean that up a little bit. Let me just clean that up. I told myself like, okay, this is gonna be cleaned up enough before stream, and then I feel like I'm always forgetting something. I draw myself so much. And I'm always forgetting every sort of like little detail. Every detail I can, I definitely have forgotten a bunch of times. without fail. Usually I forget the sort of like eyelids are my biggest like, oh my god, I completely forgot this was a thing that exists. But you know, but I've forgotten, like, I've definitely forgotten, like, the eyebrows. I think this is also just a me thing, because I've definitely also forgotten, like, the hair. Which is a little baffling to me. I feel like that's one of the more, like, I don't know how you managed that, but you definitely did. But I've literally forgotten to put the hair, and I'm like, huh, why does this look off? What's wrong with my drawing? This doesn't look like how I normally do it. And it's like, maybe because your character's half bald. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the reason. And it's like, oh yeah, they sure are. They sure are bald. So, even here, I'm like, oh god, I definitely forgot a little addition. And it's like, no, I definitely meant to do all this. I definitely meant to do all this. But you know, that is how that's how it always goes. I really thought this would be just a little, like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, very quickly add a little, like, just a few highlights, just a few shadows, and then we'll be off. We'll be all good to go. It was not all good to go. It was not. I feel like I have betrayed myself in a way. It was not all good. I have these, like, little armbands, and that too is like, do I remember that they exist? Half the time. This actually was not a part of, I mean, a lot of things were not a part of my original design. I made my original design when I was a teenager, and I am in my 20s. If you want a reference on how long it took me to actually get myself to start doing this. But it took me like a really long time, and I had been like, I actually have 2 unfinished models, both like a year apart, before I made this one, like before I even started it. So, you know, a lot of revision before I decide, like, you know, even if it's not to your standards, just like put it out there. You've spent enough time. It's been enough. Just start doing it. But the armbands were actually a part of not the first model, but the second model. And the only reason why I ever included them was because I got, well, before I ended up debuting, when I was just like kind of doing art once in a while, I ended up getting a DM on Instagram. And they were like, hey, do you have a reference sheet? So I go to look on every file on my computer. I'm looking at stuff from like 2023, 2024. And I'm like, every single reference sheet I have has either been like half finished and completely abandoned, or it's been sort of like, I don't have it. It's totally outdated. Like I have one that I made when I was 19, but there's been so many changes that, you know, I'm not about to send this person my reference sheet from when I was 19. I'm not going to do that to them. Okay, this is, let me just clean this up before I put that in. Every single time I do end up just mirroring the armbands, like, for someone with a lot of stars on me, I am not particularly good at drawing stars. I will fully admit that. It's been getting better, but it is kind of my enemy. Which is not good given the everything, but if it works for you, then like if what you gotta do is you gotta have like half-ass stars, then you make the half-ass stars. That's just what you do. But they were like, oh yeah, do you have a reference sheet? And I realized, like, oh my god, I do not. So I literally I didn't cancel the rest of my plans at the time. I just kind of moved it away. I'm like, you know what? Like, I did have other things I wanted to do, but I can do that later. You know, like, my one and only Instagram follower at the time has asked me for a reference sheet, so I'm gonna make them a reference sheet because it is like a thing that I wanted to do for myself anyway. And so I ended up doing that, and then thankfully, like, it actually kind of helped me a bit because I ended up looking at every single one of my art pieces I have ever done for this. And I realized, like, oh wait, I actually have some details that I did on the last revision that I straight up think is really, really cool. And I was not remembering it because I was not referencing anything. I was literally just drawing it from my head. I had absolutely no reference. It's kind of like I've been doodling this model for years at this point. Like, I know the main features. I can add some cool stuff later, but I know the main stuff. So I ended up adding like the armbands, and like this charm here is, as well, like this star charm was also added later, because I had happened to get one person asking me like, hey, do you have a sort of reference sheet that I can see? And I'm like, oh no, I don't, but like I'll make you one, like right now. Bet I've no issues with that. I'll just make you one. Like, give me I straight up said to them, like, you know, I do not have one. I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to work on, but give me a week and I will get you a completely from scratch reference sheet, completely finished within 7 days. And I did it in 6. Which, I mean, it does not take that long to make a reference sheet. It's just also, I had been working on, like, I'd been rigging my model, I'd been recording stuff for videos, I'd been, like, editing stuff for videos, I was doing art for that, because at the time I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do, like, custom art for every single video. That does not work if you have them out on a regular basis. I hate to say it, it does not work. But also, I had, like, next to nothing. I kind of needed to start, like, making a repository of things that I can then use for absolutely everything. And I've been slowly starting to try to do that. I feel like nothing I've done here has been on the correct layer. This is just a classic Victor moment. I hate to say it. This is not surprising at all. I feel like I'm gonna end up, like, touching this up when I eventually am able to add this to my emotes. And I'm just gonna wonder, like, why are the things in the places that they are? And it's really gonna confuse me, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, wait, that's why, because I forgot to select the right layer. But also, part of why rigging was a little bit of a nightmare was also absolutely because it was like, oh god, having this on the right layer, that did not happen. Guess who has to completely redo this part? Guess who has to, like, cut this out again? So that was kind of nightmarish, but I mean, it worked out now. So that's kind of, at the end of the day, it's done, and I think that's what matters. I truly do. I truly think that's what matters. Okay, one thing I actually have not figured out how to shade is gems. It's a complete enigma to me. I've absolutely been sort of working on it. I feel like every time I do it, I get a little bit closer, but it's always like, this does not look right. So one of these days I'll get it right, and then I'll be super happy with myself. I'll be like, oh my god, yay, I did it. This is like a functional gem. This actually looks like a gem. But for now, every single gem I've drawn is a little bit wonky. It's a little bit off, but I scroll out and it's like, that is, to my artistic ability, this is legitimately, like, good enough. And that's been a lot of what I've been rolling with for quite a while. It took me, actually, if I can be completely honest, it took me so long to sort of try to figure out, like, okay, I know you just want to keep redoing things until it's good. I know there's a lot of things where it's like, oh yeah, like, I'll do this thing and then I'll do this other thing later. But, like, I feel like you're never gonna reach, like, good enough if you don't actually put out something where it's like, you know, this feels like I'm half-assing it. But I legitimately just have not gained this ability yet. So while I'm in the midst of improving myself, you know, like, to me, it's gonna feel like I'm half-assing it, but in actuality, it's like I'm doing the best I can. This is literally the best of my ability. Even though it's like, oh yeah, this is not good enough, it feels like I'm half-assing it. If you can't do better than that to your artistic ability, then it's not really half-assing it if you've tried and put in all the effort. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. A lot of sort of starting VTubing has been it's been a lot of sort of like, yeah, like this is not the most ideal. Like, I know you want it differently, but you did it, and there's always so much room to improve with really anything you've done. When I did my debut, I set a goal, and it's been a month. It's about to be a month, so like I still have so much time. But one goal I wanted to put is like for the next year, I would like to make a game. That's really what I want to do. I want to have like CGs, music, everything, voice acting, everything for this game, and like it's gonna be like a game jam sort of length. It's not gonna be particularly long, or like it's like I don't want to add scope creep. I've already been sort of thinking about, okay, what sort of story do I want to put on it, and I've had a lot of ideas bouncing around back and forth, but I really think that I'm gonna try for psychological horror, because it's like that's not the most appealing genre I could do, but it's what I'm really passionate about. And like I have a lot of projects where it's like I'd really like to do this, but it's also like, you know, if you're worried about like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna have like the skill for this, like I'm not gonna have the dedication for this, you know, like put out something that you think is kind of ass, but you tried your best, and just keep doing that until, you know, you're able to do longer projects, you're able to do better projects, you like it more, until it works out, you know. Like if you feel like you're half-assing it, but it's either half-ass this or never do it at all, then half-ass it. That's the way I like to think about that. But that's a tangent and a half. I've sort of been thinking like so many ideas back and forth. I love psychological horror. I think of CPTSD. I do bad with jump scares, and it's comforting to see how many topics psychological horror are handled. So it's my favorite horror genre. Hello, welcome in. It's nice to see you again. Honestly, God, I love, like, it's not my mental health struggle, but I do have a lot of mental health issues as well, and it's a huge reason of why I actually love psychological horror, because a lot of it is, I feel a lot of comfort in it. There's a lot that kind of feels like I can relate to. I've definitely had like some actual real life experiences where I was able to think back on it, and I'm like, this just feels like I'm reading psychological horror, but it's actually happening. That's kind of crazy. And so it's like, it's really comforting, especially in that aspect, when you think about it, because if you're able to sort of find relatability or again, comfort in it, then I feel like it really does help, because for me at least, like I've been able to frame things as like, oh yeah, there's this really scary symptom I've been experiencing, oh no, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is just like my psychological horror. That's so crazy. Hi Ranko, welcome back. Everything is, stream's been great. Stream's actually, this is actually like the most fun stream I've had since the your AI slop bores me like doodling stream, legitimately. I'm having an absolute blast today. It's been great. Thanks for coming back. But yeah, honestly, I love psychological horror. The one thing I've been kind of, because I'm very prone to completely forgetting that I was trying to like I have a lot I really like visual novels, but I leave a lot of them left unplayed because I will just forget about them or put them in the back burner and then never really have the motivation to pick them back up for at least a little while. But the last one I actually beat was Subarashiki Hibi, a Wonderful Every Day, and that truly like it's been amazing. I actually started reading Suinosora a couple months ago just because I liked it so much, and Suinosora is not nearly as good, to be honest with you. It's really like wow, Skaji improved so much with Subihibi, but like it's been on my mind for months now just because like I feel like that sort of thing really sticks with you. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the art. I feel like I'm almost done this. I have, like, the shadows are pretty much done. I just have a little bit of, I mean, of course, once I figure this part out, I kind of just have highlights and I want to add a little bit of the blush. And then, thank God, finally, I will be able to start the other emote that I have planned. I was with some friends yesterday and I had access to a little bit of art supplies while I was there. We were all hanging out in a place that happened to have like, you know, here's some like free art supplies. You can use them, you just gotta return them. You know, obviously, you can't steal the art supplies. But I was chilling with my friends there and I legitimately was like, okay, I have several things that I would like to just sort of sketch out and figure out what I want to do. And actually, like, I needed a second outfit for the whole, like, oh yeah, like, I'm probably not going to touch this for a bit because, like, the time I gave myself was, you know, get a game jam game length done in the next year. Like, that's a lot of time for the amount that it is, but also it's a lot to do, you know? But I ended up making, I figured out one outfit for it. It might be the only outfit that I need. I might need a second one. I haven't figured that out yet, but I definitely needed an extra outfit. So I ended up just kind of like, being kind of like, oh yeah, like, I'll use that time to do that. And then I also I had a little bit of extra time after that, before we all had to head out. And I spent that time sort of like, I did actually sketch out like, okay, this is what I want to do tomorrow. This is sort of the idea I have. I'd rather have an idea now rather than just be like, okay, I have the canvas open. I didn't think about what I was doing. I'm just completely lost here. So I did actually, like, I have it next to me. I'm not gonna use it because I already know, but I did actually, while I was setting up, I did actually take a look at the piece of paper from yesterday. And I'm like, okay, let me just refresh what I wanted to do. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can totally do that. I can totally do that. So super excited for that. I'm so close to being done this one. At least to the point where it's like, okay, like everything else that's gonna be done is like a few, just kind of like more touching up of the line art off screen, because that it takes me forever. It takes me forever. Like, I would rather just do that on, like, I'd rather just do the fun stuff here while I can, and then like everything like fixing the line art. Like, it, like, I know you were here last week, like, it was an absolute mess. But it kind of, I'm not very clean with line art. My hands get a little shaky sometimes. It's probably a side effect of my medication, but, like, I never thought about it that way, and I will continue to just pretend like it is not. But I do get a little shaky sometimes, so I worry that's kind of contributing to it, but you know. Okay, I have sort of nose highlights. The eye highlights are already done. Normally I would do the sort of like lips because I really like the look of that, but with the sort of like Tomodachi Life Fast Mouth, we don't need to this time. Like, I'm good. I'm absolutely more than good just not having that. I did the shadows on the eye, so I think the highlights as well. Again, I have literally no idea how you're supposed to like shade this sort of eye at all. It's completely foreign. It's just kind of new to me. One thing that actually is super, super helpful, in my opinion, of trying to figure out how to sort of highlight the face, one thing that's been super helpful has been actually, y'all ever see makeup tutorials? That's such a weird way to phrase it, but like makeup tutorials. And I've been sort of thinking like, okay, like when people highlight their face, this is where they do it. And then I started trying that and it's like, oh wait, this actually looks good. And so I'm super happy about that. Like the sort of nose highlight, the sort of like highlight up here, sort of like over here, because like sometimes once in a while you stumble upon like makeup tutorials and it's like, okay, how are people highlighting their face in a way that makes it look appealing to them? And if you just copy that on your own art, it looks really good. I think makeup as a whole is a really good way to figure out how to draw faces. Personally, like I do it once in a while sometimes, you know, just a little treat. There's a little treat. I feel like washing it off is always the most annoying part because it's like, yeah, you're washing your face for the night, but it's like, now it's annoying. Instead of like just a thing you gotta do. Now it's like actively kind of annoying. But once in a while, as a little treat, I will. And I feel like having that really impacts how I draw things sometimes. Makeup uses color theory in a very fun and interesting way when done right. So I can, yeah, absolutely. And like there is a lot of things that like I just straight up don't do because it's, you know, everyone does it differently, right? There are going to be all sorts of things where it's like, this is not exactly how, like, I don't think this looks good on my face. Like I've tried using mascara before, but personally I don't like the way it looks, so I just don't use it. So my frame of reference on eyelashes is straight up just like from, okay, how do people do this in anime when they're drawing anime styles, and absolutely not at all from the sort of thing like it's absolutely not at all from how do people apply their makeup with their sort of like eyelashes. Same thing with eyeliner. I do not do, like, I do like to apply eyeliner, but I don't do it in the same way as a lot of, like, you know, like, girl influencers do it. Like, if I do it, the way I try to aim for is more so the sort of, like, 2000s, somewhere between. I have no idea what's going on with the colors here. My settings are normal. This is not. The fuck? Okay, whatever. But I try to at least aim to do it in more of like the 2000s guyliner style, with my own little twists, because I figured out like that's what looks better on my face. And like whenever I do the lips, that actually is very much inspired by the way I like to do it, because when I was like, I don't know, 14, I saw a tutorial on Pinterest.com, because it was back in the days when I actually used Pinterest. That was a long time ago. Oh my god. It was back in ye old days of Pinterest, and using it. And I found this sort of like lip style. I think it was called it was called like Korean gradient lips. And I was like, oh, okay, that looks cool as fuck. I want to do that. And so I did. And it did actually end up looking super, super cool to me. So now that's kind of how I draw lips on characters, because I thought that looked cool. So I was like, okay, great, I'm gonna try that on myself. And you know what? It looked good. And so I just sort of kept doing it. Like, even the colors I use is very much like, okay, this is what I like on my own face. I think this is what looks good on me. So I'm gonna add this on my characters. Okay, that being said, this... Yeah, I did shade that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Finally, this emote is all done. I think the highlights on the hair, I feel like there is a lot more that can be done, but considering it's emote size, anything more I add is absolutely not going to show up. So I think this is fine. I think this is absolutely fine. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. This is our first emote of the day. Holy shit, it's been an hour already. I did not expect that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to start the next one, and you're going to see what settings I use for a brief moment. And yes, they are insanely large, especially considering that it's supposed to be for an emote. But I like drawing on really large canvases, because if you sort of like have a really large canvas that you're using, it gives you a lot more possibilities on what to use with it. It's like, okay, now this is straight up the size where I can use this with everything. Okay, so my little secret I've been keeping in of what emote do I really want to do. Yesterday I just straight up decided, like, all the emotes I've done so far, because we have this sort of like praying, but like not in a Catholic guilt way, in like a please may I get a 5-star my gotcha pull kind of way. And I've had I drew a sort of like, you know, like welcome waving emote. I drew what's the other one I did? I straight up forgot the other one I did, but it was also very cheery as well. Oh, the other one was like holding a heart, like the regular kind of emote. But I was like, okay, I want to make one that's not so cheery. I want to really get to I've done several emotes that have been so cheery, happy, everything. I really want my next emote to convey the range of human emotions that it deserves. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a crying emote. I'm gonna do a crying emote. And you know, is it the sort of like T_T or crying emoji, kind of like laughter sort of crying? Is it the sort of like, oh no, I'm legitimately sad kind of crying? I want to make something where you can ideally, if I am at all able to achieve what I want, I'm not always the best at doing expressions. So it is something that's not exactly my skill set in getting the expressions the way I want to. But if I can, I would like to do something that works in both cases. That is my hope. That is my hope. Absolutely, just the range of human emotions is what I want, because you know, I have all these like happy, cheery emotes, and like, yeah, that's fun, that's great, but there's so much more we can do. There's so many more emotions than that. So that is my plan, and also it gives me the chance to sort of learn how to shade tears, and I really want to practice that. I do have a sort of sketch, not on my desk, but on the surface beside me. Where I live, there is a bookshelf built into the wall. It's actually kind of strange, but it is on the shelf. It is sort of on the shelf there. I was like, is someone ringing the doorbell? And then I remembered my doorbell doesn't fucking work. I don't think. It's definitely the neighbors. But taking a sip of water. Stay hydrated, y'all. I don't know why I said water. I don't think I've ever actually had straight water on a stream. I think I did maybe like once, because yeah, I did once because I didn't have time to run the kettle. But otherwise it's all been tea. It's all been tea, which I mean is a liquid, and if there's no milk in it, it's a clear liquid. It's hydrating. Most of the time it's been non-caffeinated. This is just mint tea. I think I have like 2 mint tea bags after this, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to pick up more. Oh, right. Wait, okay, this is just a bullshit name that I'm gonna set for. I can fix it later. But, I just really wanted to sort of learn how to shade tears, because that is something where it's like, I've tried when I've been doodling, but it's like, this is not only something that is very fun to draw, but something that I actively need practice for, which is a really good combination. Almighty kettle is heating the water before you even thought you needed a tea. That is true. The kettle did go off on its own. I mean, it hasn't happened as much lately, and it definitely has not happened again on stream. So, I think it's been sort of a lot calmer recently, a lot calmer than before. Maybe it's satisfied my hydration levels, but I've not been hydrating as much as I've been needing to. So I think it's on vacation. That's a good point. It might be. There's always the chance where it's like, oh no, I forgot to take the kettle off. Now it's just gonna go off on something. I really need to replace that thing, but like, it works. I kind of just need to contact the warranty. It's still in warranty, actually. It's just also like, no, my greatest nightmare, making a phone call. I actually need to make a phone call really bad to cancel my internet service, because I'm switching providers, and I'm like fingers crossed that like everything works. The new company actually sent me the router like way early, so I'll be able to test that out before switching providers completely. So thank God, I'm really happy about that. I've been a little like, oh no, what if it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream on this day, and then I can't because my internet isn't working because I switched providers. Because like, they always have a deal where it's like, oh yeah, you can get reasonably priced internet, but for a year, and then after the year we're gonna like fuck you over completely. So like, it's still not as expensive. Like, I was reading threads online, and people were getting similar plans for like 114 after the year. Insane, crazy. But I completely forgot why I brought that. Oh my god, I feel like I'm having a day. But I do not remember. Oh yeah, right, I needed to make the phone call, which I have not done, but I still have another about 15 days to make the phone call and cancel that. So I'd say I'm pretty good on time. I did also file my taxes like a week before the deadline, but they are filed, so it's all good. I'm actually getting a lot of money back on my return, so I'm very excited for that. It's literally an entire month's worth of rent, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Rent money. Oh, my beloved. Okay, these are, wow. You know when people have a hard time, they're like, yeah, I drew an eye, so nice, but now I gotta draw the other eye. I did that. There we go. You just lower that. Oh my god. Is that like even? Oh my god. Okay. Now that is even. Okay. That was really like, one of them was like all the way up here, one of them is like all the way down there. Not a good look. I know people aren't symmetrical, but my god, that's like above not being symmetrical. Okay, I'm gonna like add in all the little details, praying I don't forget anything. Usually my sketches are quite messy, and then I just end up fixing the liner. Like, this is like, it's kind of messy in places, but you know, the liners are great. It's all good, it's all great. That's because I spent an hour before stream cleaning it up. It was an absolute mess, even in the liner phase. So it is. That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. I've never said anything like that. But you know, things like it is a little bit of a mess, but also, you know, sketching things out, figuring out how things work. I just realized I was so set on like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a crying emote, and this is how I'm gonna do it. Super hype, super exciting, that I did not realize what to do with the body at all. So that's definitely a, oh shit, now I gotta figure it out. Now I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing with that. Because I should have prepared for that, to be completely honest, and then I didn't. But the amount of preparedness I've had today has been absolutely exceptional for me. You would not believe the amount of things that I set up like 20 minutes before stream. It's not great. It's not great. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'll fix this for next time, I end up fixing it with like no time to spare. Okay, the eyebrows. I told myself I wanted to do like sad little eyebrows, sort of like little slant here. Yay, yay, yay. That's certainly shaped. It's getting the vibe I want, but it's not like... Also, the good thing about sketches is that you can fix things. You can fix things as you go along. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is literally, until it touches the line art, it's free reign. You can just do whatever you want. I mean, y'all can do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want with the sketch, as long as it's within Twitch policies. No funky business over here. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a side quest, draws a dick, or anything like that. That would be funny though. That would be funny though. I can like take a side quest, draw something else, but there's nothing that I think would be funny enough for that right now. I have one genre of video that I've seen. I haven't seen this in like a long time, so I'm wondering, like, was it a trend or something? Did I like miss it? Like, was it just like, oh, you had to be there and that's why I don't see it anymore? But I used to see videos online, like short form videos, where it's like people are making like amazing art, amazing, and then they'll like stop drawing, they'll draw Thomas Jefferson, and then they'll go back and continue their art. Like it's like, oh hell yeah, let's just do a side quest in the middle of it. I think that would be freeing, to be completely honest. I think it would be freeing. It would not necessarily be the wisest idea in terms of how to use your time, but I think it would be freeing. Not now, of course. I don't even know what Thomas Jefferson looks like. The only Thomas Jefferson I know that I could draw from memory is Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson, the one with like the shirt like, I met God, she's black. I could probably draw him from... I actually have to restrain myself. Like, we are not doing this right now. We are not doing this right now. This is not the time. This is not the place. I feel like I really have to work hard to exercise. Like, okay, Victor, time and place. There's a time and a place for things, and it's not now. It's not now. Okay, you know what? I think just not doing anything with the hands for a change is like, that's fine. I can just be sad and like weep, and like my hands are just by my sides because I don't know, I'm so sad I'm standing at attention, or I'm like pissing myself laughing. whatever use people use for that. I feel like there's a huge generational divide between what people end up using the crying face for, because I feel like a lot of younger people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna piss myself laughing, like this is how I'm gonna express it. And a lot of older people are like, oh no, I'm sad, I'm like actually sad for real, like this is not a joke, this is not a bit, like I'm actually expressing my emotion. And it's really it is really interesting. It is to be expected, but I feel like it's the biggest case, more so than like probably any other emote you can use, of like you can really tell the age of someone on depending on how they use that. Another thing I've been like super interested in lately, to be completely honest, is I like thinking about the things you can tell about someone from the way they speak. And I know a lot of it is like, of course, you know, things like where did they grow up, from things like not only accent, but also like slang, like dialect, things like that. I know the main thing that people, I've never noticed it before until I saw it brought up somewhere. And then I was like, wait, do I do that? And then like listening back to myself, editing my clips, I'm like, I kind of do a little bit, is the Canadian raising, where supposedly we sort of like raise our pitch when we're continuing to say something. Sort of like our pitch drops down when we're completely finished what we're saying. But before that, it's just kind of like, it just keeps raising at the end. That's why it's the Canadian raising. And I never expected it to be a thing I do. And I've been listening back to myself on the clips, and I'm like, I kind of do that sometimes. Like, I can, even if it's like, oh yeah, like I'm only saying like half of this for the clip, and I'm like cutting the other half of it out because I went like on a tangent and it wasn't relevant. You can really tell if you actually listen pretty closely, because it's like, the tone though, that's not at all matching. The tone is a little bit, it's too high. It's too high to convey the end of a sentence, but also, I'm not aware of it while I'm speaking. It's just sort of like in retrospect, and I really wonder how much of what I'm saying really conveys that. Even like in other ways, like how much can you tell about me from how I'm saying something, the exact phrasing I'm using. I really do wonder about that. Another thing I've been like really thinking about for months now, more so than, oh yeah, what you can figure out from someone is like, you know, where they're from and things like that. Like that's sort of baseline, like, yeah, okay, everyone knows that, everyone thinks about that. But the one thing I've been thinking about is how you can really tell what where people go on the internet based on how they text and how they speak, particularly how they text, because it is very different. I will be sent, I'll be sent text by a couple of friends, and based on that, I can kind of sort of go like, oh, okay, use Tumblr. You're an Instagram and or Twitter user, but you don't use anything else. And you can tell that sort of thing based on how they're texting you. And I think that's, like, on one hand, it's crazy. On the other hand, it's super cool how just if you're in this environment long enough, you start to gain your own sort of phrases. You gain your own, you pick up different things depending on where you are. I think probably one of the most interesting examples of this, even past the social media thing, if we go even past that, are specific communities and how they're formed, and how there's a lot of jargon that goes on in any community, of course, but I feel like it's really different depending on the makeup of that community as well. Like a lot of sort of like Toronto slang, like you actually look into it and it's like, oh, that's just because there were a lot of Jamaican immigrants when that slang started coming about. And so everyone started sort of trying to like, everyone started picking it up because they heard it from them first. And then because they happen to be in the same room, in the same area, you know, you're gonna see people there, like they're all, like, you live in Toronto, everyone in Toronto is your neighbor. Not like literally, but like, you know, in your city, like you're gonna talk like the people in your city. But one thing that's especially interesting to me is different communities and how the composition of those communities will absolutely change how you speak in them. I've had many phone calls specifically about visual novel communities and how they speak and how it's a lot different from more general anime communities. Because in visual novel communities, not only is there visual novel specific jargon, but a lot of that jargon is in Japanese instead of English, because you have a larger than normal population of people hanging around there that are bilingual, and you'll have a lot of jokes and things like that that end up coming over from like online Japanese learning communities, even outside of the visual novel sphere, because a lot of people in online visual novel places in English are also in Japanese learning communities. So you will absolutely see a lot of crossover. And there's so much, especially considering like general anime community, like of course there are absolutely words that are like they're Japanese words, but we use them as loan words. Even though the general public doesn't. Like if you are in anime community, there's a lot you'll use as loan words. But like visual novel community, you'll have things like you'll have like kamige, like godly game. Like this is like kamige and game of the year, greatest of all time, game of the year sort of thing. I feel like kamige is like the more Japanese your English speaking community is, the further you will go to kamige, the more English speaking they are. Like you do not have any Japanese speakers in this community, or like you very little, you'll get more of like game of the year. And it's just so interesting to me, the sort of differences you'll see with that, because like they're both gaming communities, but you have completely different language based on the makeup of those communities. I don't know, it's been it's been something I've been thinking about for a good while. I feel like, oh god, there's this one guy who keeps making I got sent a whole ton of shorts where it was just Toronto Japanglish, and I kept getting sent that, and then every time I'd watch it, like I would think like that's really, like I would start thinking about like even broader, like you know, like here are phrases that people in Toronto might say, like some of them are like people don't fucking say that, and some of them are absolutely like, yeah, I've literally heard people use this in real life. And you'll have a lot of things like that, but also like reading the subtitles as well always gives me a bit of a laugh, because like the Japanese subtitles will be translated so literally, and then you'll listen to the English and it's like this is like slang word after slang word after slang word, and then you'll read the Japanese subtitles and it's like, this is like the most literal way you could have put it. This is basically like explaining the joke. This is not this is not like a one-to-one. This is literally just like, oh yeah, this is like what they meant. And it's just that's a lot of a ramble though. Okay, for this emote we have the eyebrows need some work. I mean, everything needs some work. It's a fucking sketch, but it feels a little bit too on the nose. It's kind of like, oh, this is not like just general sadness. This is like miserable. This is like, I'm gonna go to a bridge and censored. Helpline puts on the description of your video censored. You know. And that's a little like, that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. I have a story about that. Oh my god. I'm gonna take another sip of my tea. I've been talking so much. I'm gonna take a sip, and then I have a story about that yesterday. Oh my god. Okay, yesterday, I'm chilling with a friend group, right? And there's this one girl here. And it's like, I just kind of accept, like, okay, I've literally never seen this girl in my life. But, like, that's okay. Like, I see new people around here all the time. You know, like, it's not always just like me and my friends. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, there's someone new here that's hanging out with us, you know. And I've never seen this girl in my life. And, you know, she's just kind of like just a general part of discussion. And I'm just kind of thinking, like, I've never seen this girl in my life, but her voice is kind of familiar. But, like, I look at her and it's like, I don't recognize anything about her appearance, so I must not know her. Until it's like, oh yeah, like, last week I just came back from a vacation. Hey Victor, I have a cool animal to show you. And I'm just like, she knows my name. I don't know who this girl is. I've literally no idea who this girl is. I've never seen her in my life. So she shows me this animal. It's like, I could not remember what it was called, but it was kind of like a rodent, but like not. Like, it looked like a really fucked up mouse. I'm surely there's a ton of those in the world. But it was a really fucked up mouse. And she's like, Victor, you need to see this. Oh my god. And like, I'm just kind of like, I had enough at that point. I'm just kind of like, okay, hi, can I ask you a question that you might take, like, I'm not intending it as rude, but it might be a little rude, I have no idea. Hopefully not, but is it okay if I ask? And she's like, oh yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, have we met before? She's like, Victor, yes we have. And I'm like, oh, do you usually, like, and then just like a thing that she normally does. And she's like, yes. And I go to ask another question because I'm just really not figuring out. She just stands up and she's like, Victor, I got a haircut. And I'm just like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm across the room, head in my hands. I'm just like, holy shit. I'm so sorry. I was looking at you and I'm like, your voice is familiar, but I've never seen you in my fucking life. So because like we hadn't seen each other that much. Like, we were like kind of friends, kind of acquaintances, whatever. But like, head in my hands, oh my god, I thought I'd never seen you in my life. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't, like, I don't remember people's faces. I can't recognize faces very well. I have a really hard time with it. Honestly, props to her for figuring out, like, oh my god, Victor, I got a haircut. That's why you don't recognize me. Like, holy shit. Like, absolute, I'm trying to think of a word and all I'm thinking of is slang, and I told myself I'd stop trying to use teenager slang, but that's an absolute W from her for realizing that, like, oh, that's his problem. Yeah, I just got a haircut. But I'm just looking at her like, I have no idea who you are. I don't know. Who are you? What the fuck? Why do you know my name? So, a little bit embarrassing. But where would I be if not, where, I did not mean to hit my desk, oops. Where would I be if not for, if not for relinquishing my embarrassment out to the internet, for all to see, you know. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing to say, in my opinion. But, yeah, so that definitely relates to my struggles with making facial expressions in my art. But, you know, I think that's kind of why I gear more towards, like, anime styles, because, oh my god, if, like, not only is it, like, yeah, I just prefer the look of it, like, I think that's also might be why I prefer the look of it, but, like, if I were to go into realism, oh my god, I would be so bad at it. I would be, like, you would look at the art and you're like, what emotion is this conveying? And I would be like, I don't know. I can't tell people's facial expressions very well from what they're, like, if you're, like, smiling, if you're, like, furrowing your brow, those are obvious signs of facial expressions. But if you're just kind of, like, I don't know, you're, like, kind of pissed off, but you're not, like, super obvious about it, I can tell from the tone of voice you're using Body language, also not unless it's like really obvious. Like if you're dragging your feet, if you're sort of like crossing your arms, then like, yeah, okay, you look kind of pissed. But if you're just like not showing it very obviously, it's like, oh, I don't know until you start speaking that you're mad. So this is sort of like my struggle here of like, okay, I can see what I'm trying to do with the facial expressions, but it is always a struggle no matter what I do. But I think that's kind of better. If I make the mouth a little bit less sad, I think this will be the vibe I'm going for. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's... In my opinion, y'all think this is good? I think this is good. I think this is good enough to use. Thankfully, oh my god. I was a little worried. I was a little worried for a second, like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to get this right. It's gonna look like, oh no, a tragedy. I'm gonna tragedy, censored. You know how it is. Okay. I'm like, okay, what am I missing? Other than the body, I can finish. Like I can work on that in a bit. I just kind of want to get the face right, you know. I think also in the future, this sort of like, again, like I keep bringing it up, but like this sort of face, I want to really practice that. I want to really keep doing super expressive faces like that. I want to keep doing that because truly I think it's cool. And it's not something I've really done much before. And then I was just like, one day I was like, last week I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see how it goes. And that worked out really well. So I want to keep figuring out, like, okay, what other expressions can I learn to do? What really looks good? And that's gonna take a lot of thought. That's definitely not for, like this is more like normal sort of expression I make, less exaggerated, but at the same time, this is also, like, more somber in tone. Hopefully not completely, but, like, it's a different emotion. I feel like more exaggerated emotions work best when it is it works best when you can make it silly. And this is like, actually, okay, I've been chat, I'm sorry, I've been fighting with the urge for a while now to fucking side quest. I'm gonna hold on. Can y'all see that layer I'm making? Because I'm gonna like side quest for like 2 minutes and then I'm gonna finish. Please understand, I've been like, okay, I should have more impulse control than this. I should not be doing this right now. Because I was like, you know what would be really funny? Those people who like side quests and then draw Thomas Jefferson. And you know what? You know what we're gonna do? Back to regularly scheduled programming in like a minute. I'm like, I need to have more restraint than this. But holy shit. Okay, so these sort of like not exactly what I was intending, but sure. That's a way to think about it. Why have Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson? We can just have Tomato Binder Thomas Jefferson. I think the hair was kind of like shoulder length, like this. This is just quick. This is literally just like, I am literally just doing this as quick as I can to get it out of my system, so I stop having to fight the urge to side quest. I'm so sorry. Okay, and I don't know what the eyebrows look like, but like these are eyebrows. There we go. There we go. Passionate expression. A passionate expression. Oh my god. And then let's just turn this down. Let's turn down the brush size. I'm so sorry. This is hilarious to me. I hope this is like a funny bit and not like dear God, you should have practiced more impulse control. I hope this is also funny to you. I need to like get it together. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I've been struck with divine inspiration. I feel like it's like no, I mean I shouldn't I shouldn't, and then it's like, oh, but like there's an angel on my shoulder like, hey, maybe let's not do this right now, and then there's a devil on my shoulder like, okay, but it'll be really funny if we just side quest real quick. It'll be really funny. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do for the bit. Everything's for the bit. And there we go. There's the Miku binder. I don't think this is how the hair was looking at all, but this is literally just like, what's the quickest sort of side quest we can do? So it's just I get it out of my system. Back to regularly scheduled programming real quick. Oh god, writing. I hope you enjoy my handwriting. This is... my handwriting is not that clean, but I mean, I'm trying to make it fine. There we go. If anyone's like, hey, why is there Thomas Jefferson on the side? Because it was funny. Oh my god, I need to get it together. Okay. Thomas Jefferson. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. That is true. Realistically, what is stopping me except myself, you know? That was very quick. I should have just gone it out while I could have. I should have. Okay. So there's Thomas Jefferson right there. Right. And now for the I need to increase the brush size again. For the parts that I'm actually supposed to be working on. Let's go. Okay, so we have the actually, I don't need to be doing that right now. Here we go. Just sort of put it there, and then I take this. I'm trying to think, like, where am I actually supposed to have this in terms of where it goes on the sort of the arms, the shoulders, the way the body works? Question mark. But you know. Thomas Jefferson is probably not the best idea, but that was it was funny. I had my moment. It's okay. Okay. I'm gonna like draw the oh, this is definitely way lower than it's supposed to be, I think. Yeah, okay. I can work that out. That's okay. I love digital art. I love just like taking what I was doing and just like, here's the square tool, and I'm just gonna plop. There we go. And then I just adjust everything later. That wasn't a very nice sound effect. I'm very excited to hear that one in my VOD and hear how that sound effect actually sounded. Is that too high now? No, it's fine. I got it. See, everything works out in the end. I I am very, very qualified. Okay, wait. Oh my god, wait, I have a little bit of it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually, oh my god, something that's kind of crazy that I've been like, oh my god, about. So, I am, one of these weeks, I will have fan art on my schedule, and I'm like, oh my god, for real? Holy shit, for real? Whoa. I'm like super excited for that. I have a friend of mine that was like, oh yeah, like thank you so much for not thank you so much. Like congratulations on starting streaming. It's gonna take me a while to finish it because like exams and all that. But here's a sketch I made for you. I'm gonna finish it up and then you can use it for like whatever you want. Like there are no usage restrictions, just use it for whatever you want. Put it on your schedules, put it on your thumbnails, I don't care. And I'm like, really? What the fuck? Like, you do not have to. What the fuck? Are you serious? And so I've had that in the works and I've been like, oh my god, I'm so excited. The sketch so far is like, I wish I could show it off. It's literally I feel so bad like leaving it all in suspense, but like it is so pretty, it's so cute, it's like oh my god. And then actually tomorrow I am supposed to discuss it because I've been asked like, hey, you have any ideas for like the specifics of this? And I'm like, kind of like draw whatever you want. And she's like, oh no, I'm in art block right now. Like I'm asking you because I'm struggling. But like I really want to get this done. And I'm like, oh okay. Yeah, sure. Give me like I would say give me a day, but like we're gonna hang out on Friday, so give me 2 days. And so I'm heading downtown tomorrow, and then I will have to figure that out either tonight or on the bus. On the bus there, trying to figure out like, oh yeah, what ideas am I supposed to give for that? But like it's amazing, it's beautiful, like truly trust me on this, trust. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, the sort of sweater is the torso is very okay. There we go. And then I gotta get the necklace, and then I'm actually gonna put the necklace on new layer again. This is totally gonna mess up everything, but that's okay. That's later me's problem, to be honest. That's later me's problem. I have actually been, I have one piece of art that I have in progress, which is actually the reason I was procrastinating the line art. It was not like, oh, I'm just not, like all the catch-up work I was doing was not just like videos and then like stuff in my personal life. Like I was unbelievably behind on chores. Like it was actually getting concerning. So I was like, okay, like I want to stream 3 times this week, but like legitimately I need to take a little bit of extra time to like get this shit sorted, catch up, and then just go like regularly scheduled. Because I was like this cannot go on. But I was god. Say even saying I'm having a brain fart. That's what I'm having. Yeah, I was actually sort of experimenting with the sort of line art, just staying on the sketch color, because sometimes it's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna draw line art over it, like you know how most people do, and sometimes it's like, okay, but this is clean, this is so clean, I don't actually need to change anything. I don't need to change anything at all. I can literally just fix up the sketch layer and I can just pass that off as line art, because it will be line art if I clean it up a little bit and then change the sketch color. Like the difference between a sketch and your line art is literally just how polished it is. That's the only difference. I'm gonna be honest, that's the only difference. But usually I draw an extra liner layer just because, like, as you can see, it gets really messy. But I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm actually gonna sort of experiment with that, and then all the colors were wrong, and that's how I found out that I need to learn color theory, like the basics. Like, I do not have the basics at all. So I mean, I've been figuring that out. I kind of realized, like, oh wait, all my colors look wrong. Am I, like, I literally just color picked, like, why are my colors off? What did I do? What did I do wrong? It was literally just like, oh, color theory. But it's been pretty cool. I'm excited to have that one done as well, because it's I quite like it. I quite like it. Okay. So, as you can probably hear, this is the point of the stream where I am beginning to lose my momentum, lose my energy. Normally I would take a little break and then keep going, but that has not been too successful as of late. And plus, progress, like, this is literally, like, I did the sketch. Ta-da, like, this is the sketch. The sketch is done. So, this is the last of the art. Just a reminder, we have, ta-da, lovely, amazing, this is what is finished, and this is what is not finished. Sad face. Actually, let me just, since we were talking about forgetting details, there we go. Okay, thank you so much for, I should probably get this done first. Okay, there we go, good enough. This will be liner, again, will be fixed off screen. Until I hit affiliate, I kind of said, like, halfway as a bit, but, like, I said it, so, like, I'm determined. Honestly, until I either hit affiliate or I run out of emotes that I would put in the emote slots after I hit affiliate, I will, the sort of, like, cheapy art I've been doing, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with that. It's been a different thing every time. It's been super, super fun. I've been having a blast of that. So next Thursday at 6 p.m. EST, I will be back for that. On Saturday, again, 6 p.m. EST, or EDT, it's daylight savings. I will be playing Volcano Princess again. It is a racing sim with RPG elements, and I just unlocked the RPG parts. So I'm super, super excited for that. I'm excited to go make some friends in the game, and I'm excited to take the friends out battling. I decided to have a warrior daughter. I want to go all the way through the forest. I want to complete it to the end. I am so excited for that. I'll have that on Saturday, and then I'll have more streams again next week as well. I had two streams this week, but I'm gonna have a third one probably Monday. I'm still thinking of a little bit of possibilities, but the sort of like those fun gimmick websites, I have a couple I've been sort of thinking about doing. By next stream, I will have figured out the day and exactly what I will be doing. I will keep you posted, and it's in the I have no idea if it works because it's been, like, iffy for me, but I have a new schedule panel that shows my schedules, so it's been kind of fucky, but the Twitch schedule system does not seem to be that good. I'm gonna go find someone to raid, so once I hit the ending stream screen, it'll be like a minute or two, and then it will be hopefully quick, and then it will be on for raid. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. I'll be finishing this next week. Thank you so much. I had a blast today. Thank you for everything. This is like the best stream I've done so far in terms of, like, how well I've done it. Everything. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you next time.